Hello everyone and welcome back to It's Personal. I am Mona and yeah, I've been away a little while. By the time this video comes out, you guys will already have the first one back uploaded. But yeah, today we are going to do a color along real time, little bit of ASMR, you know, that kind of vibe, kind of video. So I want to start you guys off and show you what we are going to color today, and I'm pretty excited because in 2024, with chaos of life, I started to branch out a little bit on skills. So I did this digital coloring page, but this digital coloring page originated from this concept. So this was actually something I drew, and then I did the line work in pen, and then I did the coloring work after that. So this ended up becoming this in digital format. So that's going to be our project for today. Well, not just for today, but for the next couple of, I don't know, weeks maybe, because I don't tend to sit down and do like an entire coloring page in one sitting. Ooh, wait, we're having technical problems already. I don't sit down and do a coloring page in one sitting. It usually takes me like a couple of weeks or a month, depending on how busy life gets. And you know, guys, you all know what I'm saying when I say life gets busy sometimes. You guys are gonna have a lot of ASMR snappy snaps or thingamajiggies in the next couple in all these videos. You can see I like packed out all the pencils for you guys around the screen, so you guys can see what I'm using today. I am actually using a nice set of pencils I bought end of last year. It was like my early Christmas box to myself. This was not colored with that. This was colored with, I think it was a batch of pencils I bought on Takelot. If I do remember to put it in the description, I will do so for you guys, or in the top comment. I'm figuring that out still, what works best. But I'll put these color pencils in that. I think this is from the original set I bought off Takelot. It was like a 120 piece. I think I've used them in previous videos as well. But yeah, I really like these pencils. They're still one of my favorites. But the Kalour pencils are becoming my next favorite. Now you're gonna tell me this is ridiculous. There's 300 pencils around the table, and that excludes this little bocky with the metallics and neon colors that are off to the side because they kind of don't fit in screen, or they will be hampering my drawing space. So yeah, I've got a little bit of a color chart here. I'm not gonna bore you guys with the amount of swatching I did for these pencils. This chart is so big I can't even get it properly in screen. But yeah, I'm gonna be working off this to determine which colors I want to use, or combinations of colors I want to use, at least for this picture. Like I said, I'm not going to color all of it in this sitting. I'm going to try and break it up into 30-minute videos. But yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy it with me. And let's see. Now the question is, where do we start? What is the idea? Now, where's the original image now? So the original image, like I said, looked like this, but I don't want to do it exactly the same. But something in my heart is telling me I want to take the reds and transfer it onto the house in this picture, because for a very simple reason. I've got a friend. Well, let's give context. Today is the 6th of March 2025, and tomorrow I've got a very dear friend of mine who's having a birthday, and her favorite color in this world is red. So Mrs. Coquette, she's married. This one is going to go out to you. If this house goes red, you know this one was for you. All right, so I think let's start off by figuring out where we want to start. What do I feel like coloring? It's been a really long day, so I need to get my brain into creative mode first, and this might be a challenge. Maybe I should just start with that red in the house, since it's going to be a focal point. I might not finish all of it, but let's start with the walls maybe, and then afterwards, then yeah, we'll see what we do with the rest of it. I think I might go something similar with the background as well, because I like a different, it's not a different style, it's a odd looking color background. I'll show you guys in future videos. I'll show some of the other pictures I've colored or drawings I've made and colored. I tend to go for something that is not your everyday, you know, sunset vibes. This is kind of, but also not too much on the realism side, but I like to changing it up a little bit. You can also see this picture has a lot of extra details on it. There's little birdies up here in the corner. I needed to fill up the background when I put it on the PC in the digital design program. So I was like, okay, let's add some birdies and some power lines at the back and some extra trees. And then what else did I add extra to this picture? I can't even remember. Oh, there's another birdie over there. Oh, I added in some curtains to this front window. Which sounds kind of ridiculous if I think about it. But yeah, it is there. So, well, oh yeah, and because this was done by hand, it's not quite, I don't know if you guys can see, but symmetry kind of got lost over here. It's a little bit on the wacky doodle doo side. But yeah, this was really fun, and I'm sure this is going to be just as fun. It's going to be a little bit bigger. It's a challenge because this is a little bit smaller, as you guys can see. But yeah, let's jump away, or not jump away, let's jump and get started with this image. Okay, so let's pull out the color chart. All right, what am I going to, I said I wanted to do the house in red. So my buckies or my containers are over here at the back. So that's going to be the red one. Or the reds and the pinks are all in this container over here. So I'm thinking if I want to go, because I tend to go with the concept, there's another YouTuber, Jennifer Stay on Coloring Bliss. She's got this really cool concept of using three colors, a dark, a medium, and a light color, and then she builds up her layers like that. So I've kind of started doing the same thing, and I have to say I really enjoy doing that. Okay, so I need a light, a medium, and a dark. Okay, so I think for today I might go with, I don't want to go dark. I think I'm going to go with the 8 red. Let's see if I can find it over here. No, that's a 6. I renumbered all my pencils because they've got this horrible silver writing on it. But I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know if it's going to focus. Let's hope it focuses. The writing is all in color, all like in silver. So you struggle to see the name. And then, so I just renumbered them and put a little sticker on them so I could use the numbering on the color chart. That is not the right color. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the container and then I'm going to search for it like this. This is not the most ideal of storage systems, but I think for the way I like to color and have all my station, at least my pencils like this in big bulk, close by, because they are just off to the side of my desk, this container. Let's see if I can find it a different way. I usually end up doing, you see, there's the red. Oh, this is proper red number 8, by the way. Okay, so let's do the red number 8, and I think for like shadowy colors, let's see if we can find the 26. I'm looking for a red. I think you guys can see a little bit. Let's see how good my guessing skills are. There's the number 26. It says Indian red. I'm just going to read you guys the names. Okay, so we've got the 8, the 26, and then I'm just thinking maybe I need to like use an orange or something for like a highlight color. That's what I'm thinking. So maybe use an orangey color like for a lighter color for highlight spots, and then red, and then the darker one for like shadows. Let's see if we can find like it's gonna be a good one. I'm thinking maybe like a 35. Let's see. If I talk too much, you guys need to excuse me, but I'm just gonna try and do this as naturally as possible, because normally I do voiceover stuff. There you go. Brilliant orange red. Okay, it says it's in the red family, so if not, why not? Okay, so that is going to be our colors then. We're going to use the light orangey one for like lighter highlights. Let me just put this to the side. Hopefully I bump the camera. Okay, and then the orangey one for the lighter spots where the sun or light would be. Then the red for the overall color, and then the Indian red for like darker spots or where there would be shadows. All right, so yes, okay. I did test beforehand. You guys will be able to hear the sharpening of pencils. To all the friends out there who love that kind of thing, yay! All right, so I've got I saw a YouTuber doing this as well. They keep their little shavings in bottles. This is my second one. The other one I have is a little bit bigger, but that's kind of full. Because I don't like getting up, sharpening, coming back to my desk. So this is kind of handy having it on hand. And then I've got 2 handheld sharpeners. And then I've also got this one on hand just in case I need something different. And in case the pencil goes whack-a-doodle do and I need to do, you know, that little where you need to sharpen. I need to stretch to see if it's on the camera. Where you need to make it like the different, what do you want to call it, different angle. Anyway, all right, so let's get started. I'm just going to sharpen these pencils just a little bit. Hope you guys can hear this. I need to just do this. Okay. I'm thinking the orange one is going to be a little bit on the finicky side. Let's see what it does. Oh, already messing everywhere. Okay, let's go. Go ahead and sharpen a little bit. Okay, so today it's a day for new things. Plugging in some audio for this. Okay, where do we want to start? I think let's start down here around these windows, and then we can work in a different direction. So maybe, what can I tell you guys that's interesting for today? Why did I decide to go digital? Well, also in last year I made a decision when I decided to start redrawing my little doodles of pictures. There's not a lot, I promise you, there's not a lot. At this stage there is like 3 coloring pictures, this one and 2 others that are in a little bundle on Etsy. It's Personal by Mona, if you want to go check it out. there's a very limited little listing on there at the moment where you can buy and download the digital copies of this design and 2 others. And yeah, I just wanted to start with something somewhere, and I kind of enjoy the process of doodling my ideas down and then redrawing them into coloring pictures like this. Now it's not realism or 3D stuff. It's just like flat 2-dimensional pictures at the moment. But you know what? And this is mostly like ruler. I used like the digital ruler to like make the lines look great, because I have no confidence in my linear skills when it comes to drawing it on the PC, because I've got a small little it's not signature, it's like a drawing tablet, but it's one that you draw on it like on the pad, and then you see it on your screen. So it's challenging because there's different things you need to take into account when you draw. So me drawing straight lines is a challenge still. Oh, my cat is at the door. Wait, hang on. I need to let her in. She's gonna drive us insane if I don't. No, she's not coming. Okay. Alright. You see, that's part of the fun. Doing stuff live, then you get little interruptions. Okay, so where was I? So yeah, I've learned a lot, trying different programs. The one I stuck with now and the one I subscribe to is Concepts. It's a handy tool for digital drawing. It's got coloring functions as well. I still need to play with that in like digital art. It would be kind of cool to like redraw a picture and then do some digital art see how this would look in a digital format. I think that would be nice. Another thing I've thought about, and you guys can drop me some ideas in the comments below for this video, is what do you think, what would you prefer for a coloring page? Because recently I've thought about, you know, the black lines in this image is really pretty, but I also think sometimes I want a subtler line work like it. So I'm thinking, should I upload, if I, let's say for example, I sell them to Etsy, should I put two options out there, one with solid black lines like this image, and should I add a file or a document with images with lighter lines, like a gray, you know, where it kind of blends into the background? What do you guys think? Would that be a cool idea? Kind of like the idea, because sometimes I like a subtler vibe. It's not so intense. This is kind of fun. Hope you guys can see well. Looks like it. I need to kind of stretch up to my camera because it's mounted to my desk over it's like angled over the desk. I hope it's even straight. I hope so. But you guys are getting a lovely little angle today. So the cardstock, the paper I'm using today, well, for this in general, is because I like this paper a lot. It's Fabriano's Cardstock. I think it's, I'm gonna lie if I'm wrong, I think it's 160 gram. No, it's probably more because it's kind of thick. It's not super thin. Might be closer to 200. If I'll put it in the description with supplies used, so you guys can double check. I usually buy them in individual sheets, but if I'm gonna get into this coloring thing and you guys enjoy this, I might consider buying a bulk packet. I actually asked my sister to print this for me at work because she's in the graphic design industry, so they've got like nice industrial printers that actually use like proper ink that embeds it into paper. And my cartridge on my printer is done, so for the black ink, so I needed a backup plan. But yeah, one picture at a time. I'll get that refilled before this image is probably done. Yeah. Can you guys hear the scratching? That's the question. I don't know. Let's see if I can hear it. Can't hear it, I'll try and enhance it in video editing. I don't realize how I never realized how much work goes into content creating until I actually sat down and did it. I was gonna do last night I was gonna do a little bit of a pre-run for the audio setup to see how loud is everything, and can I have my fan on in the background? Is it gonna make too much noise? And then I got busy with a friend. We had a good conversation, or a much needed conversation at least, I should say. And then it got to like 11:30 and I was like, nope Mona, time to go to bed, go sleep. And I didn't get around to doing that part. I think this panel is almost done. You guys see why I like these pencils? I'm not even pressing hard, and it's kind of, it's working. I like it. Another thing I want to share with you guys is the reason I'm not laying the board down on my surface flat is because a while back I realized leaning over my desk and trying to color a piece gives me extreme neck and upper back pain. So I was like, nope, this is not going to work for me, and I figured out a plan. I will take a photo of it sometime, or maybe if I remember, I'll take a photo and add it into the video so you guys can see what it looks like. I kind of made my own little, like, you know, stand, so it pops up and it has two little coaster discs that hold it up, and then I can just either stick the paper onto that, or I can stick it like this. I can stick it onto the board and I can move the board around on it. Then I just use the clips to keep it in place. And I have to say, this has been a lifesaver. You can buy, there are products on the market you can buy that gives you the exact same result. Well, at the time I just didn't have the money to do anything expensive, and this was the least expensive thing I could do. I just bought a couple of screws and used a hot glue gun and a little bit of elbow grease and DIY, and I get stuck together. And yeah, it's been serving me well over the last couple of months. I've used it a couple of times with projects I've done in my off time. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cute. How long have we been doing this now? That is my question. Let's see what the recording says. 20 minutes? Is it really been that long already? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is add a little bit of darker color, of the darker Indian red, to shadowy parts. Just a disclaimer, I am no professional. The art I do is just for me. Everything I do, I learned by looking at other people do it way better than I could. And yeah, I enjoy the process of it. I enjoy creating for the sake of creating. Art is a personal journey. If you're on it, for me, it's a therapy thing. It relaxes me. Even just sitting here talking to you guys, even though I'm talking to myself, technically speaking, it's still nice to know there will be a couple of people seeing this video and videos to come. And maybe it will inspire someone else to also practice their own art and enjoy what they do. So, I'm not going to put too much of this dark color down. I don't want to kill that pretty red right now. Just want to find spots where there should be darkness or shadows. Another thing I don't normally do is I don't focus light. You know, most people will tell you, okay, find a direction the sun would be coming from. Let's say, for example, the sun would be coming from that side, and then they'll tell you everything let's say, for example, the sun is coming from this side. They would tell you to color this probably would, if the chimney is sticking out, it would be a darker shadow over here, which is probably very true. But sometimes I forget to do stuff like that, and then I'm just like, okay, this should be dark, and then I put shadows in places where there should not be any shadows. So yeah, I just tend to roll with it. Like with this image, the sun is probably coming like from the top, or it's like it hasn't come up yet. I haven't decided yet, so we are just going to put shadows where I think there should be shadows for now. And if it looks weird at the end, well, then it's at least my weirdness to look at. That's the thing with art as well. It's like, you don't have to share it with anybody. You can keep it to yourself. If you want to share it, you can share it, but your journey is personal to you. You see, I've probably gone too dark here a bit, but whatever, we're just gonna roll. Your journey is personal to you. They say that's why a lot of people like sketchbooks. I like a sketchbook for that exact reason, because sometimes a lot of good stuff comes out of a sketchbook, and sometimes, if you're like me, if you just want to test out your 300 pencils for the first time, you grab your sketchbook, you take 3 pages, and you just scribble in that just to see what it looks like. Or you use it as an organizer for for the swatching. That also usually helps. I kind of like where this is going. My friend is going to be happy to see that this is red. Let's see. This color. Do I go all the way up to the windowsills or just stop? I think go higher. Just very gently. There's no rhyme or reason to this. There's probably a right. Why is there little bubbles flying everywhere? Hey, it's summertime in South Africa. If there's not a muggy flying around, or a brommer, or there's an ant crawling up your basin from somewhere, then you're not in South Africa. Or in Africa, let me put it like that. It's hot. It's been really boiling in our town for the last couple of days again. There was even like thunder this morning. I was like, it was not even 10 o'clock yet, and I heard the thunder out, and I'm like, yo, why is it so? Why is the weather like this? And I enjoy thunder because I was not born in the Free State, but when I was young, we lived in the Free State in Bloemfontein. So I remember thunderstorms, and it's kind of reminiscent for me. I love that. I love the vibe of the thunderstorm. It's also one of my favorite things as an ASMR. ASMR, like sleeping, those sleep noises you get. Like white noise. Oh, give me a good hour video of that. I'll be out as a candle. I'll sleep like a baby all night long. Okay, I'm almost done with this red, with this Indian red, this darker color for now. Okay, now this orange. I think I want to focus here around just a little light shade of it. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this. Let's just make sure it gets a little recording. Yeah. I don't have a lot of space on my phone because I use my phone for recording at the moment, and there's not a lot of space on there, so I'm kind of paranoid it's going to run out and I'm going to be blabbing over here for the next 2 millennia, and I'm not going to notice how it has stopped recording. This first video might be a little bit longer, so we can just get a little bit of progress in. So yeah, this might be close to, let's say, 45 minutes maybe, instead of just 30 minutes, and then I'll try and reduce the next videos into shorter bits. This is my first one like live. Live. Talking to everyone. So might take me a second to get used to it and get into like the rhythm and talking and coloring. You wouldn't. Okay, now we got to sharpen a pencil a bit. Your ears open, everyone. It's satisfying, that's for sure. I always feel guilty about sharpening pencils, just for the simple reason that you kind of lose pencil lead as you sharpen them as well. But if you don't sharpen it, you don't get into the tooth of the paper as well. And you want to get into the tooth of the paper. Okay, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna put more orange in. Maybe just a little. You see, this is where everything can go very wrong. Early on in the game. But who cares? What would you guys say is your favorite color? I watched a Minecraft. Minecraft, for you guys that don't know, is a game. And there's a lot of content creators out there for it. But the guys I like to watch is Hermitcraft, and they're in like their 11th season. I think it's 11 or 10. Ooh, I'm gonna get nonsense for this. 11 or 10. In any case, on one of the hermits the other night, she had like this little experiment, and she asked her fellow peeps on stream what are their favorite colors. And it was an resounding, we like blue. Now, there wasn't a lot of people online, so her little experiment was just for the ha-has and to see if she can guess right by just looking at what they were building in their bases. So I was like, interesting. What would you guys say is your favorite color? I am very much a fan of purple. Purple pinks. Not necessarily pink, but in the realm of the purples, and if it like leans over a little bit to the pink side, yeah, I'm okay with that. Would I say anything in my life would reflect that? Probably not. But I like the color on paper. I like it. You can see my thumbnail and my YouTube banner and the profile picture. There's a lot of purple involved. in those images. It's because I like it. I've always liked purple. It's a combination of red and blue. That's why I enjoy it so much, I think. Let's see. Since I'm putting the red over that darker shade now, the darker shade is kind of like it's blending out. So I like these pencils. Little pressure and it kind of blends. You can almost you can actually not see that transition, which means I can actually go in with a little bit more of that red, with that dark red color, just to brighten it back up again. Oh, the thing I forgot to say about the paper is this is Fabriano Cardstock, but it's got two sides. I used the back side of the cardstock. I know it sounds crazy, right? I found that when I started coloring, I was looking. When we're on a budget, you look for affordable ways to do your craft. Let's put it like that. And for me, figuring out I can use the back side of Fabriano cardstock for coloring and getting multiple layers down was like a game changer. And with multiple colors of multiple layers, I don't mean you're not gonna get like 10 layers of pencil down on it, but you can get a decent 4 maybe, depending on how much pressure you put down and how much color you want and those kinds of arty things. But if you're starting out and you're like on a budget, this paper is actually really useful. And initially I used the coarser side of the paper because it's got the smooth back side, and in the front of it it's got like a more textured like I don't even know, it's like cardstock. If you guys know cardstock, it's got like it's a coarser surface basically, and I used that for coloring as well. And just one day I decided, you know what, let's just turn it around and see what happens on the back side, color on it, and I was like, okay, I like this way better. Then I liked I can actually show you guys. Can I detour for a second? Are you guys gonna be upset if I detour for a second? I can actually show you guys the difference in the two medias. Give me a quick second, I'm gonna show you. I'm not sure how well. I hope it's in here. Oh, it's not in this book. Okay, no, I will show you guys in a later episode if I remember. I need to go find the flip file where that art is in, because it's not in this 2023 flip file. Because I do a lot of art on mixed media papers and stuff, I don't have it like packed away into one thing. So I've got like flip files like these, you know, these butterfly pockets. Schools use these a lot for like work and stuff. So I put my art in those. Just make a pretty cover page for it. Like this is the cover page for the 2024 file. Maybe I'll show you guys that one day if I'm brave enough. If I'm brave enough to show you all the art and all the fails, because that's all. Let's be honest, not everything we make is perfect. Sometimes there's a couple of fails in there, but we learn from them as well. Okay, bottom sides. There's still a lot of tooth to this paper. I don't want to fold all of it up yet. Let's see, maybe I'll have like a burst of inspiration later and add something into it, or maybe make something a little bit more yellow here, or darker color there, or add some contrasting colors, maybe add some blue into shadows. I don't know where this is going. You know, there's a lot of paper left to color. Oh, where is the brush I used? I probably need to invest in a bigger one, but this one for crumbs on paper, it helps a lot. we're at the point where we need to sharpen this poor red pencil again. That's why I tend to go for smaller artworks like this one, because technically that is like an A5 and this is more budget friendly on your pencils. But what is the point of buying your art supplies if you're not going to use them? They're going to sit in a shelf or on a shelf and you never use them for what they're intended for, and that is to create art. My friends told me when I bought this set, what are you going to do with 300 pencils? And I tell you, I've only had them like 5 months now and I've already got the money's worth out of them. Haven't done too many projects, but those I've done, I've been happy with. They've brought me a lot of joy and a lot of comfort in times when, you know, life just kicks you a little bit. They have been. Here's the gogo again. I know the struggles tonight. I'll add an arrow in the video and you can give them a name. The gogo that interrupts our videos. I'm talking a lot of nonsense. It is almost 8 o'clock Thursday night, so it's been a long week of a lot of paperwork at work because of the month. It's a new month and stuff needs to be done. There's a lot of customers today, so when the brain gets tired, then nonsense comes out. Guys are still able to see everything. Sorry if I cast a shadow over the paper every once in a while. It's just me looking up and the glare on my phone. I can't properly see the recording button for me is at the top of the screen. I need to replace the cover, the phone, what do they call it? The screen protector. I need to replace that because it's really old and it's really scratched. That's the reason I can't see properly from this angle if it's still recording. Let's get this darker color in here. You guys have to hear the scratching or the pencil going down on the paper because I can see it on my computer. I can see the mic's picking it up, so I might just need to enhance certain parts. It's going to be something you need to figure out, how to enhance certain sections of your audio. Sometimes. But I have to say I enjoy the process. It's difficult sometimes. I was struggling so last night because I'm busy editing the video that has already gone up probably by the time you watch this. It's a watercolor and pencil project. And last night I was struggling because I didn't take proper like reveal shots of it at the end, so I was like forced to like enhance the color, not enhance the color, but lighten it to the point where it doesn't look like I took the photo in pure darkness because that's what it felt like. I like doing things in a more natural light and not have it like be over bright. And even with the lighting for this video, it's more on the toned down side. The overhead lights are not on their white light setting. They're on like this, let's call it like creamish. I don't know, it's not cream, it's like a warmer setting, but not like on its warmest, if you understand what I mean. Let's do the brushies. Get all the little fingers off the hair. I think it's kind of looking cool so far. Let's add a little bit of this pencil should still be fine. Now I'm not gonna go into dark. I just want to get a little bit of color. the paper is pretty filled up. These pencils actually go down really quickly, so if you don't want a lot of, whoops, oh, over the line, let me fix it. My handy lifesavers are on hand for that. If you don't want to put down too much color, just with these pencils, press really lightly. That's all I can say. I do think, to be honest, buying 300 pencils was a bit of an overkill. But I don't regret the purchase itself. I know these pencils are going to last me for years to come, and I think I'm only discovering now how much I enjoy coloring, and if I can share that with others, if not, there's an there's therapy in art, and even after a long day for me, like today or this week has been draining, and the setting up beforehand and all those things, I have to say this, just sitting there doing a little bit of coloring with you guys. I don't know how many of you are going to watch this video, we'll find out. It's relaxing. Gets my mind off all the stuff that's been going on, is going on. Oh gosh. I'm excited for Saturday because on Saturday I'm going to see a couple of friends that also enjoy doing some art, and great group of ladies. Hope my sister's going to join. It'll be fun. And then we're just going to sit for 3 hours and just everyone's going to do their thing, paint or color or do something they enjoy, you know, just to fill our cups again so we can tackle the things of life. I don't think, let me just check with you over here. The number 8 was the lightest one we had. I wonder, can I gray? I kind of want to see if I can blend in a lighter tone at the top, just like more over here and just a little over here, to give it like a dark red, and like it fades into something else. But now I'm wondering, I don't want to do orange because I think it's going to be too harsh. I want a color that I can mix into the red. And I'm thinking maybe one of these. I'm gonna try the 250. Let's see if it's a good spot. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. This is gonna be one of those little scratches for you guys. My ears hurt. I dug through the pencils earlier when I was testing. I was like, what is yellowed? This is where the thing comes in for where a bucket of pencils might, where 250 pencils might be too much. Let's see what's the 251 was over here. The 250 is over there. It is in here somewhere. I did not misplace one pencil into another container. Ah, there's the 250. Okay, it's tangerine. That's what they call it. I will be honest with you guys. I remember when I swatched out these colors, I was looking at some of the names and they were like, this is gray. And I'm like, nope, that is not gray. Or they're like, this is purple. I'm like, nope, this is not purple. So some of the Kalour color names are interesting, to say the least. But yeah, if you go like I did, if you work by numbers, and you do a swatch card of your own, you will be fine. This set does come with a really nice full page swatch card, which is really helpful, especially if you just want to get your initial idea and design down, or your initial swatching down. Look at me using words that didn't make any sense tonight. Hello, Pop Girls. That's my cat, Gracie. I might need to open the door for her. No, I'm just gonna open it for her. Alright, come on now. I'm just gonna go get some food. Okay. Right, let's put down the tangerine color again. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if it's making any difference. I feel it's bringing out the color to some degree. I think I'm going to have time for doing one recording session tonight. I was going to do 2 parts, but I can feel my battery is getting low. Not my phone, my physical battery, the human one. Like I said, it's been a long. Yay, look at there, I went over the lines again. I'm gonna pull out the trusty eraser now. Okay, you see what I did? I don't know if you guys can see it. I can't pick up this thing, everything's gonna fall apart then. Right. Just get you can see if I can zoom in. Oh, my thumb is in the way. My thumb is in the way. Oops, there it is. I can't really see it from this angle. I'll try and pick it up in a second. I'm just gonna make noise. Let's see if I can do this maybe. So, see, that's the thing with the right. Oh, you can see along the tube of the papers, but you can see that it's lighter already. It's lighter than the red is over here. So I think it is working. It's just going to take me a second. Okay. Let's see if I can focus this thing again. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I think that shoots pretty cool. It's nice. Alright, so now let's do it over here. I'm gonna have to fill in the red because I can see on the camera you guys are getting a lot of the tooth that still needs to be filled in, which means I just need to press down harder. But it's still, these pencils are actually still soft enough so you don't have to like abuse your hand and your wrist to get the tooth of the paper filled up. I do think this color change is making a difference. That orangey color we used, the bright orange red, has kind of faded away over there. It's not as visible anymore. I think this might be a better, might have been a better color for this page. We might just get the house on tonight or this morning, which is fine. I wasn't planning to do too much. Oh, there we go again. Alright, so now I'll do that last. Okay, so let's go back in and see if we can. I'm just gonna try and do this and see if I can save some of the pencil. This is the red, yeah, this is the red. Whee! Yeah, that's working. And then put it on an angle. I think I've fixed my glare problem. Just not going to do that. It's a problem I had initially. I wanted to do color alongs a while ago, or record the videos, but I was struggling with the glare, and I think I finally figured out the correct angle, the angle of the camera, or the phone camera, and also the angle of this board. Kind of fixed my problem, I think. Oh, I'll find out in editing. If this video comes out in a different format without audio and just some ASMR background sped up, you guys, it did not go as planned. But I think it's going to be fine. I think we are fine. Okay. Oh, I'm crossing all kinds of lines here tonight. You guys can drop some suggestions in the comments below. What colors do you think I need to add into the rest of this image? Background ideas, you know, behind the trees. Are we going for sunsetty vibes or sunrisey vibes, midday vibes? Like I said, I didn't come into this video with a specific idea. I want to do this color along. That was the main idea. I didn't come in with a specific plan, actually, you know? Just let's start and see where it goes. Like I said, this is a pretty big project. I decided to tackle for my first color along. But I also think it's a good idea to be real with pencil and sharpening. Real when we do art like this on YouTube, for the simple reason I've been in that situation a couple of times where I'm like, yo, how am I supposed to get that artwork done, or copy that artwork and make it look that good? And then I have to go sit down and just evaluate and realize that, you know, that person that did that video with that artwork, it's sped up like by 400, and it probably took them like an hour and a half, 2 hours, or a couple of days. Or even people that speed up their artwork, it takes them a month, and then they speed it up to videos like in a minute. Well, not speed up, but they take clips, bits and of it. I'm like, yo, how unrealistic is that for people who are starting out in this hobby or in this craft? The realization that, yo, I want to do that too, but how do I do that? So it's important for me to kind of be real when I can. I think this is going to be the point of these videos, because, you know, you do what you want to do while you watch this. If it is coloring along, you're doing your dishes, vacuuming your house, dusting a little bit, you know, those things, whatever you want to do. I'm doing this real time, so I feel for once that everything is not just edited at a speedy pace because you want the views. This is real. This is a real-time chill session with Mona, and a lot of talking apparently. I don't think I was going to talk this much, but yeah, apparently I've got things to say. You see this tangerine color is actually coming through. It's coming through nicely, and all those little gaps are left on the paper. I'm just gonna do the pressure thing now, just to see if I can blend out some of those lines. And then if I go a little bit further down into the red, that is cool too. At least then it blends out the image. So not the image, the lines a bit. And it gives the house a little bit of personality. This is fun. Ooh, scoochy, scoochy. Hold it down. This is a nice thing. I've been coloring so lightly that I did not have to even hold this board or this little stand of mine. But now that I need to add a little bit more pressure, I just need to hold it a tiny bit. Make sure it doesn't scooch all over the place. We're still recording this. There's still space on my phone. Victory. Okay. Think. Sometimes I like the color as a good blending tool. This breaks down harsh lines, fills in unnecessary gaps. in a second, but I'm blowing the little particles out of the way. It's not very efficient, that's for sure. I really need to get a bigger brush. We will invest at one point. I think I might have one. I just need to get up and pull it out of a container on a shelf somewhere. But right now, this we'll have to do. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna try. Yeah, I know it's gonna erase the line. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna grab the electrical eraser. I think we need to clean this thing first. Okay, there's a little piece of paper. Let's see. Piece of paper. What I cleaned off some blue. We read some blue at one point, and I think it's quite a bit stuck in the edges of it. Now you can probably see it. Oh, batteries, are you dead? You should probably get it out. Nice and clean at the bottom. You should be able to do it now. Okay, let's see if we can get that thread out. It's not a train smash, probably. I'm probably going to do the roof in like a brownish color. So I don't know why I am struggling, why I'm putting my poor eraser through this. I think the batteries in this thing might be a little bit on the downside. And the eraser itself is very short. I'm going to use that in a second. Just want to get, let's see. Oh, that's fine. Stubborn lines without erasing the picture. Let's see what goes. Someone is screaming at me out there. Don't use your hands. There's going to be oil on it. Well, I need to have lotion on my hands for that, and I haven't had one with it, so it should be good. Okay, so I'm just going to use this one because you can see I've got a little bit of a tint of red from all the red we put on the walls. It is kind of just cutting into the white of the paper. I'm not a fan. Okay, how much? What's the time? Okay, we're almost at an hour. Okay, so what I think, I'm gonna leave this right here, unless, No, we're going to leave it right here for now. I think I'm going to do this part, and then I'm going to stop here for this round. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool for now. Let you guys see my house. It's making progress. There's still a lot of image left to do. A lot, and I mean a lot. You know, it took me an hour now, in between all the talking and yapping, just to get this part done. But I think this is going to be an interesting build. What do you guys think the color of the barn should be? I think, because in the original image I had their house. Oh, the vibes are kind of the same. Yeah, it's pretty close. The colors. I had the house on the blue side, but now it is red. But I don't want to do blue on the barn. So I'm kind of conflicted. This is going to sound weird. I know there's a lot of trees in the background, and I kind of think I want to try like green, like a shade of green to brown on the wood for the barn. I'm not sure if it's going to work though. It might be too much because we've got trees in the background that are probably going to be green. Well, trees are green unless I make it autumn vibes. Autumn-ish vibes, let me put it like that, and make them like more yellow green, and then we can do the barn, unless I do the barn in green blue tones. That could be interesting, because then I can play around with green and blue for the wood tones. It's tempting, definitely very, very tempting. But I'm going to leave that here. If you guys got any suggestions, you can drop them in the comments below in this video. You can also follow me on the different social media thingamajiggies that are going to be on the screen in a second. Yeah, but I enjoyed this color along with you all. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys will like this video and share it and sub to the channel. It's personal. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have a lovely day or evening wherever you are, and I will see you guys in part number 2 of this little, well, it's not little, it's pretty big color along series. I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.